Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. My name is Ardil and today's video is another behind the sound episode on the Aventador S, a Batmobile vehicle. We have got an absolutely spectacular system going into this car and there's already loads of content live already on our channel, so make sure you go check that out. But today's video is focusing on the actual sub and how we're actually installing and giving you guys a bit more of an insight on what's actually involved on doing a system like this. So let's jump into the car and show you guys a little bit more. But before we get on to today's video, make sure you guys at home have subscribed to our YouTube channel because we've got a massive competition live on our channel at the moment. We're giving away a brand new PlayStation 5 as well as an Audison Prima amplifier. All the details are in the description below. However, let's get on with today's video. To start off with, the actual product that's going into the vehicle, we're using a Hertz Mille Legend 8-inch sub. This is going to be sitting in between the seats, which later on in the video you'll see a little bit more about how we're actually building that and getting it actually into the Aventador. In terms of the system, we use Audison Prima subs quite a lot on the Aventadors as well as on the Hurricanes. However, the Hertz Mille Legend range is being used on this occasion because when Batman came to see us for the audio consultation, he sat into another Aventador that we had in, just had a Prima sub that sat between the seats. What we actually thought and listened to the car, loved the sound stage, loved how it all sounded. However, wanted a little bit more bass, and that's why we're using the Hertz Mille Legend range. This has a little bit more depth to the system, but also you can see the magnet is absolutely massive as well. I mean, this is an 8-inch sub, and the magnet on this is just phenomenal and weighs a lot as well. In terms of this actual product, not only is it a phenomenal bit of kit, the reason why we're actually using it is because of something called excursion of a cone. How much the cone moves forwards and backwards to actually create sound waves in a vehicle and give a far better acoustic environment plus loads more bass. I mean, this is going to be sitting right in between the seats in a full custom enclosure, which we'll show you later on, but it's actually going to rock this car. It's going to be phenomenal sound, but also a lovely, lovely design sub that's going to last a full lifetime because we offer a full lifetime warranty on all of our parts and our labour on any of our installations. So you might be thinking, where are we actually and how are we going to actually install the sub into a vehicle with this small of a cabin? What we've masked up, this whole area here is designed because we're actually doing full fabrication of a custom sub box that's going to sit into the Aventador right between the seats. So the way we're actually doing this and to highlight this, and this is why these videos are out here, to showcase exactly what goes on behind the scenes, stuff that you would never have seen before. In terms of this area, the reason why we masked it up is not only to protect the actual factory materials, but we use masking tape on this occasion to actually give us a very clear indication of how close we can get to everything. In terms of the measurements that we've taken on what we've built so far and what you can actually see, we've got a base plate which sits on the back shelf here. Basically this back piece, what it's actually doing is actually supporting making a framework for the back of the sub box to be bolted to, however not making any holes in the factory, in the actual vehicle itself. Those holes are actually from factory. That's how the factory panel bolts in. That's exactly what we're using, the same bolt positions that actually go into factory to bolt our sub to. Then underneath here where you'd normally have a pocket, we've actually removed that to make way for the Hertz Mille Legend 8-inch sub. You see the plinth here, what that is actually based and bonded to the foundation of the vehicle. But reason why we actually do that is to create a better bass transfer into the vehicle. Subs need to be bolted down or bonded down to solid materials to allow for brilliant bass transfer, and that's exactly now why on the Hertz Mille Legend range we've got two pieces. We've got the base layer at the bottom, which is bonded to there, and then we've got the back piece which is bolted down to the framework using factory positions. Again, all the system that we've done here, completely reversible. So now inside the fabrication room, we're talking about the actual sub box itself. So this is a full behind the scenes on actually what's involved. Obviously this isn't how it's going to be looking inside the car, and you'll see the final shots of all of this on our Instagram page, but also you'll see it all live in the final video. But in terms of this sub box, the reason why it's this shape and how we're actually built it, we've actually allowed, so this is where the factory pocket used to sit as such. That allowed for a lot more volume going in because the Hertz Mille Legend range does require more volume because it's pushing more air than say the Audison Prima subs that we've used previously, where it cuts off and retains the pocket. The actual shape and design of the sub box is all being crafted around the vehicle, with the vehicle in mind and also looks and aesthetics. The curvature that it has down here that flows down, what actually happens is that's actually carried out alongside the shape of the seat, but also you've got two seats either side. The design, the way this forms around here, actually allows for that shape, so the seat pretty much sits into this slot here. And what that actually allows for is no loss of space at all in terms of that seat movement. You can move it all the way back, plus all the way forward, and there's no restrictions at all with the way this sub box has been designed. The sub basically will sit into the middle here. Obviously, this is all about to go into the stages of trimming, as well as all the fiberglass work to make this inch perfect and really, really smooth. The other thing that we've got in here that you saw earlier in the video, those bolt holes that go into factory position, they're actually built into here as well. This is all built out of 18mm MDF, and then this is all going to be fiberglass and resined to allow for a really, really solid material. Obviously, as you can see here, they're the bolt holes that go through onto that factory panel, but a really sleek looking design, but when it's inside the vehicle, it will work seamlessly in because of the curvature it's got here, because the seats have no loss of basically being able to fold back at all. They can go all the way back and you've got no loss there, but obviously that massive increase in bass when it's going to be performing. That Hertz Mille Legend sub, when it's in that box, can perform absolutely phenomenally well. So we're all wrapped up here on today's video. Hopefully you guys at home have enjoyed it. If you do want to see anything else in these videos or in these series, make sure you drop a line in the comments below and we'll go through that and hopefully maybe add that into our future videos. But we're all done on today's video, so thank you very much for watching. We've got plenty more content coming. You're actually going to see the final sub box in the final shots of the actual install, but make sure you stay tuned on Instagram as well. There's loads of content coming on there as well. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Goodbye.